Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Theodosia, and if this is your first time watching, please make sure you subscribe and click the notification button below. But today I'm going to show you how I created this look. Enjoy watching. So today we're going to create a very easy, simple look for your everyday or for your work routine. And to kick it off, I'm using my Kiss Beauty primer. I'm going to use my hands to work it in. I actually prefer using my hands, it gets all the products in. And then I'm going to use my Flawless Matte Sephora foundation, full coverage. So I mix the two colors, and then with my damp beauty blender, I'm going to just blend it into my skin very effortlessly. So the thing about using this method is we're going to be using very minimal products because we're going to be out all day. We don't want our foundation or our makeup dripping, so very minimal foundation, very minimal products. And I'm just going to make sure I get everywhere on my face, spreading it out and blending it in. And once that is done, I am going to use my foundation brush to just basically set the foundation on my skin. Remember we said we don't want the foundation to be dripping later in the day, so we want to make sure everything is set very well in the skin before we go ahead to apply powder. So now I'm using my Kiss Beauty foundation in light to highlight my face, and I'm doing my under eyes, my chin, and then my forehead. You could skip the forehead part, so you could do just under your eyes. And then I'm going to use the same beauty blender I just used to blend it out. See, we're using just one coat, and then it's going to be very, very light. You don't need to worry if you're not covering so much, because the powder is going to cover it. So now I'm using the same beauty blender just to work the foundation on my eyes, just to cover it a little bit, because obviously I'm not going to put any eyeshadow. So now I'm taking my powder just very lightly to set the foundation and the powder. You want to make sure you get everywhere, and do not forget your neck and under your chin. It is very important. So now I want to set, I cannot do without setting or baking my face. So I'm baking my under eyes. I'm going to bake my chin. This method is completely not needed if you do not want to. You could skip it. So my chin, and I'm not using too much, you see, I'm just spreading it out. So now I am going to bake my laugh lines. I have laugh lines, guys, and if you do not bake it, at the end of the day you have marks on your face because you're always talking and laughing. Now for my brows, because we're going for a very easy look, we just want very, very light strokes. So I am not going to overly define my brows. I am just going with the shape, and I am just very, very light strokes, you could barely see it, and then going over it. And also depends on the shape of your brows, but as dark as you want it or as light as you want it, but as simple as possible, if that also makes sense. So I'm going to do my other brows. So using my leftover foundation, I'm going to lightly just highlight my brows. And it's not something that will be too visible, but just for the sake of highlighting my brows, I am just going to highlight it. So very lightly. You could barely see what I am doing right now, but trust me guys, you will see it soon. Very lightly, I'm just going to go over it slowly using very little product, guys. Very little product. You don't want to be dripping at the end of the day. So I'm going over my brows just very lightly. I'm sure you could see the foundation now. Very little foundation. And you also want to make sure you blend. So I'm blending with my brush, and make sure it's not as visible as possible. And then now I'm going with my powder to set it. I'm going with powder that matches the skin, and that is in medium, just to match the skin. So now I'm using the same foundation brush we used earlier to remove the setting powder. And you do not want to tap it out or brush it out. You just want to tap it into the skin and then go over it again. So now I'm using my fell powder to contour. We just want little definition, guys, on our face. For me, I have a very broad face. Well, not too broad, but I have a very broad face, and if I don't contour, it looks a bit off. So what I'm doing is just my cheeks, I'm doing my forehead, and I am also doing my chin area, so my jawline. You also want to get that, so you're going to be doing it in a 3 motion. And you see the way I'm tapping it, you want to get your chin, your forehead, and then your cheeks. So I'm going over with my ferrule powder to set the whole of my face. Like, you could see the difference with the contouring. Like, I mean, we didn't really contour, we just, you know, added a little, but like, it goes a long way. So I'm adding my blush just to give it that extra effect. This is optional. You could go with it, you could leave it. It makes just a little bit of difference. And I'm just going over on my cheeks, just tapping it as lightly as possible, because we do not want too much product. And now, guys, I am going over it with my bronzer. Like, I cannot do without, like, I feel like I'm obsessed with bronzer. It is a serious thing. So this bronzer I've actually been using for a very long time. I think I've been using it for 3 years now, and it's like a little goes a long way. So as little or as much as possible, depends on you. And then I'm also using it on my nose, the bridge of my nose. Remember, guys, we didn't even contour, but the bronzer would make a whole lot of difference. So now I'm using it under my eyebrows, and that would just be for a little bit more definition for the brows. Well, because we didn't really highlight it, so we just want that little definition. And obviously, yes, because I'm obsessed, I go over it again on my cheeks. Please do not judge me. So yes, it's the eyeliner time. So I'm using my gel eyeliner. You could do without it, but very little, guys, as little as possible. Initially, when I was doing this, I really didn't want to go with the cat eye. I just wanted something very simple to make the eyes pop. But yeah, I ended up going with the cat eye, and this is me doing that. So I did the upper eyes, and I ended up not doing the lower eye for some apparent reason, but I still liked how it turned out. So you could do your lipstick, but I'm using my Himalaya lip balm because I didn't feel like using any lipstick or lip gloss. and this gives me enough shine as possible. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop a comment in the comment section. I would reply. If you have recreated this look, please let me know how it turned out for you, how long it lasted. And thank you for watching, guys. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you in my next video.